Hi guys, welcome back. And this time around I'm bringing you something which I don't usually review a lot of, but I've done some reviews of TWSs in the past. And usually the reason behind it is that either the brand has got overall an interesting product range, or then they have a standout product, or there's just something there which just honestly justifies sharing my opinion with you guys. Obviously, let's also be honest here. TWSs have improved vastly, and I myself am a big TWS user, especially when I'm at the gym working out, when I'm more on the go on something, and I'm not wanting the hassle. Well, hassle is relatively speaking, but I don't want to have to take along my dongle or my the Bluetooth the deck dongle, and I don't want to have the wires and stuff sticking around. I usually use my TWSs for that, and I've got a reasonable selection of TWSs. Ranging in different prices, but always for me the most important thing, or well, there are obviously factors which are important. I mean, I want a TWS that I can actually use with regards to calls and so on and so forth. So I want something which is important and capable enough in that aspect. But I'm not overly concerned with a lot of features. If it's got noise cancelling, if it hasn't got noise cancelling, if it does, great, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's great, fantastic as well. I mean, I end up not using it anyway, much of the time anyway. The other feature that I like that TWS will have is an app that obviously does work properly with regards to its equalizer. Some TWSs have gotten really let's say out there in terms of what they offer in that respect, like the nothing stuff with their ability to have a parametric equalizer. That's pretty impressive. The earphone, sorry, trying to remember now the name, had a blank. The nothing, oh my god. Anyway, the nothing earbuds, they are pretty decent in that aspect. Now, the particular brand and the particular product specifically that I want to talk to you guys about is the SOUNDPEATS, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, which is this one over here. Okay, obviously the other ones from SOUNDPEATS which are standout are the AIR4 Pro and then the Capsule 3 Pro. So the Capsule 3 Pro available in the normal finish, like as you can see here. Okay, let me just quickly show you. All right, and then you have the clear version, which has got this really cool case, but it's exactly the same thing. There's no difference there. It's just clear. So Capsule 3 Pro. Then we have here the AIR4 Pro, which is slightly smaller stem style, slightly smaller case as well. But this is also a very interesting product. And the latest one is the latest, it's already been out a few months, but anyway, the latest one is the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, which has in its MEMS driver the feature that makes it stand out. And MEMS drivers, which are something which is still relatively recent, and only a few brands have attempted to delve into that segment of the market, which is a new style of driver. It's a micro styled driver. Basically creative with the Orvana. They are the only other TWS which has got MEMS at a reasonable accessible price. This we're talking about $89 roughly. During the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Monday sales, the price can be had slightly lower, but it's really the fact that they've been able to offer a MEMS driver with a dynamic driver, a 12mm driver in particular, that makes the Capsule 3 Pro Plus stand out. Okay, I've also got here the Engine 4, and I'll be sharing the reason why I've got here the Engine 4, and then I've got here 4 other TWSs which I also usually use quite a lot, and I think they have again got enough. There's enough there to justify them in various aspects. especially the ones that I consider the important ones, like I was mentioning earlier. I mean, I get decent call quality out of them. I've got a decent equalizer, and the most important quality, which I actually did not mention earlier, which is the sound quality. I mean, I want a decent sounding earbud, and the interesting thing is that, like I was saying as well, it's quite impressive, the sound that you can get out of some of the earbuds being offered today, and in that aspect here, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus does definitely stand out. But the other ones that I've got here are the Earphone 2 and C, the Earphone 4 Pro, the OnePlus Buds Pro 3, Buds 3, sorry, and the Soundcore Liberty 4 NC. Okay, let's talk about then the stuff here. These models here from SOUNDPEATS. The Engine 4 is questionably one of the best sounding IEMs that they have released. I mean, when it comes to its pure sound quality and the equalizer that the app brings, although the app in its previous version was quite buggy, now the new version is substantially better. Does allow for still a slight adjustment of things, and you cannot but be impressed by how good these earbuds actually sound. Where they fall short is then in the other department that some of you might obviously then be paying attention to, or might be important to you guys, which is in terms of the features and that the app offers, the customization, the noise cancelling, the transparency, all of that stuff. Then does fall a little bit short here. But if you're wanting purely an earbud that does sound good, or please note that they are not the stem style, okay, more this regular kind of let's say normal earphone shape. The Engine 4 sounds phenomenal. So when the Engine 4 then was followed up by the Capsule 3 Pro and the AIR4 Pro, and now the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, all of them had big shoes to fill with regards to the sound quality part of things. In terms of the features, any one of these four, well, of these three really, because I mean this is just a copy paste, so let me just take it out of the way here so it doesn't confuse you guys. But any one of these three here, in terms of its features and versatility, are probably the best offerings that SOUNDPEATS have had up to date. You get APTx adaptive, you get LDAC, various of those codecs available within one of them. You get a very good, if not the best, noise cancelling that they've offered up to now. Yes, it is a little bit buggy, or I wouldn't say buggy. It does get a little bit confused when the environment is really noisy, and I notice that sometimes in the gym. If the gym, for example, and I'm saying the gym because that's where I use them most of the time. If there's a lot of people in the gym and there's a lot of noise of the machines and so on and so forth, they do get sometimes a little bit buggy, and they don't really block out things as well as they probably could, or as others are capable of doing. I mean, one in particular here of the other models that I've got on top there does do a little bit of a better job. But I mean, like I said, noise cancelling for me at least is not something which I pay tremendous attention to. If it has it and if it works fine, good. If it doesn't work fine, it doesn't bug me. But so they have features which obviously are an improvement over the rest of the SOUNDPEATS range. In terms of their battery life, and again, I use them mostly without the NC. I really have no complaints. They easily do 6-7 hours, no issues. I've never had any issues with that. And mind you, I sometimes do use them, and I do crank them up quite a bit. Yes, I'm trying to go there. That is true. So battery life, for me at least, I've got no real issues with the NC connected. The little few times that I did notice that it did drain the battery a little bit quicker. I can't ascertain with precision how long it lasted, but I would say that it easily dropped that battery life by some 30%. So if I was getting, maybe, let's say for the sake of argument, 6-7 hours out of them, under normal circumstances, I was probably only getting 4 hours out of them. But the cases do offer a nice quick extra charge. So again, not a real issue there. With regards now to the app, and the app has been updated. Let me just quickly show you here the app so you guys can see how the app now looks. And this is something that was definitely, this is now the app, how it now looks. The previous app was somewhat buggy. It had a tendency of crashing. If you were trying to adjust the equalizer, it sometimes, was a little bit irritating because it just wouldn't do things as quickly as you would want it to do. So yes, there's definitely been a major improvement now with the new app. Let me just quickly take the Pro Plus out so that I can maybe see if I can show you here the app with some of its features. All right, let's see if it connects up. There we go. Okay, so again, you can select here which is NC. You can disable the touch, you can customize the key, the key touches that you want. Gaming mode. You then have the equalizer settings and all the settings of the equalizer that you can adjust and so on and so forth. So with regards to the app, definitely, which was one of the biggest, let's say, failings of SOUNDPEATS, they have made a massive leap in that department, and the improvement has been, like I said, really, really day and night. There's no possible comparison. With regards to call quality, all of them very much are similar. There's not really any major difference that I can say, oh no, one you can have better call quality with one or with the other. No. Again, with the NC, the few times that I used it, I didn't really see any major differences between all the between the three of them. It's then in the sound quality that the change or the noticeable difference is comes to life. Let me make it clear, all of them have got a nice sound with their stock setting. They all have a nice sound. It's a sound which is perhaps a little bit more bass heavy or bass centered in the case of the Capsule 3 Pro and the AIR4 Pro, Capsule 3 Pro here and the AIR4 Pro here. And maybe I would say a little bit more detailed and mid-centric when we're talking about the SOUNDPEATS, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus over here. But the reality is this: I always like tinkering with the equalizer if that feature is available, which is important to me. And then when you start equalizing, that's when things just come alive in a completely different way for any one of them. These two, by virtue of obviously not having the MEMS driver, so that they don't have that ability to be as clean and as detailed up top in the mids and the treble, will fall behind the Capsule 3 Pro Plus without question. But the way that you can tune the bass and the mids and even the treble on these two is really, really impressive. I mean, the equalizer, although it's not a parametric equalizer, the equalizer does allow enough versatility. It does have enough frequency bands to adjust the sound, at least to the way that I like listening to music, with that nice emphasis on the sub bass, clean up slightly the mid bass, which is a little bit overpowering at times, and just give enough detail up top to just complement everything very nicely. And the reality is, be it the Capsule 3 Pro or be it the engine, the AIR4 Pro, they sound, to say substantially better is maybe a strong word, but they sound better than the Engine 4. So in that let's say that premise, which was they had this to beat in terms of sound quality, has been achieved here easily. Again, I'm talking about any one of them being equalized and also this one being equalized, okay? But the real star of the show for me, honestly, is the Capsule 3 Pro Plus. The Capsule 3 Pro Plus, honestly, I was truly impressed. So much so that many times I was actually questioning myself. Why would you go spend money on a $10 or a $15 normal earphone or normal IEM when you can have something which genuinely sounds so competent as the Capsule 3 Pro Plus does? And when I mean competent, I mean truly capable. Clean bass. The 12mm driver that they're using for the dynamic driver they're using for the lower frequencies, it's got more than enough bass energy. It's clean, it's detailed, fast enough. Yes, you noticed it's a little bit slower than let's say a regular IEM, especially if you power that IEM with a Bluetooth dongle, or with a dongle that does have substantially a bit more power. It does clean up things. It does make things a little bit more dynamic. That's true. I'm not going to say that it isn't. But it's all about the versatility that you get from a TWS over a normal earphone, a normal IEM, that makes it, again, kind of justify itself, because you don't have to tinker with any wires. You don't have to worry about wires if you're working out or just having a usage which is not a usage at home, where you're sitting down and just relaxing. Definitely this beats an IEM, period. I mean, that's the reality. In terms of the mids and upper mids, again, absolutely phenomenal, the quality that you're able to get out of this. And then the extension that it has up top from that MEMS driver is just ridiculous. Honestly, just absolutely ridiculous. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing implementations of a MEMS driver in a regular IM. Obviously, it's not going to be easy because it requires its own power. So that's the reason why I guess there still hasn't been any significant launch with regards to that when it comes to a regular IM. There needs to be a different way of implementing the whole application of the MEMS for it to be more, let's say, easy to use. This does have its own little amplifier inside for that MEMS driver, okay? Obviously, of course. And then that amplifier also obviously powers the dynamic driver, but it does have its a section of that amplifier dedicated just to the MEMS driver. Again, going back to the sound quality, the technicalities, considering it's a TWS, are absolutely phenomenal. That MEMS driver does convey the ability to create the sound stage and this detailed retrieval that you're just not expecting out of a TWS. That's the reality, let alone a TWS that costs under $100. I mean, if you were talking maybe about something a little bit more expensive, like the Den and Pearl, yes, okay, fine, or the Technics, the AZ80, when you're talking about stuff which is significantly more expensive and in the higher $200 price bracket, $300, then yes, then those things are things that you can expect and can demand, because the actual implementation of what those TWSs are is way more elaborate. But on something which costs under $100, to get this sort of sound quality and technical capability, you cannot but be impressed. I mean, at least I am impressed. And the reality is, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus is one of the TWs that I've used the most since I've had it. I've had it now for maybe close to a month and a half or something, and I use it constantly because it really sounds good. There are a few other TWSs that I use as well regularly. Some stuff from Redmi, from Realme, the OnePlus, those ones on the top there as well, the Liberty 4MC and so on. But more and more, I kind of saw myself just grabbing the Capsule 3 Pro Plus because the sound quality is just next level. It is honestly next level. And again, the ability that you have, that the equalizer, that to just tinker and adjust things slightly, just makes it absolutely phenomenal. So when it comes to pure sound quality, okay, it is without question the best sounding TWS that SOUNDPEATS has made. There's definite improvements from the original Engine 4 going to the Capsule 3 Pro, and then the Engine 4, the AIR4 Pro. There's different improvements in the sound quality, more substantial with regards to the Engine 4 than to the AIR4 Pro or the Capsule 3. It's more in the upper end that you see the Pro Plus having more ability over these two, okay? While compared to the Engine 4, there's just more ability across the whole frequency range, across the whole board. I mean, this is what I expected. This is what I want, is a brand that is able to make improvements that make it justifiable for you to let's say now I want to upgrade. Okay, I can upgrade, and not brands which do what many unfortunately do, be it in just IEMs or be it as well in TWSs, where it's just basically a copy paste of the same formula over and over again, with just very slight adjustments, and you kind of say yourself, okay, I've just spent $50 on this IEM, why should I go buy now this one for $55? Because what? Because it's got a metal shell instead of a resin shell. But does it sound the same? Yes, it sounds the same. So why go spend the money? You want something which is just that's truly going to justify itself. And if it's not for no other reason than the fact that you actually have a MEMS driver in here, which is something which at least for now is not yet mainstream and available easily, just with regards to that, it already justifies itself. Comparing now the Capsule 3 Pro Plus with these other four here that I usually use a lot, and I also consider them to be very solid, especially under the price point of $100. The Liberty 4 NC is a phenomenal TWS in terms of the app. I would say now is about on the SOUNDPEATS app and the Soundcore app, or about on par with each other. Perhaps just a little bit more extra versatility here on the Soundcore app, and with regards to the actual I would say reliability of the app, I would say the app here on the Soundcore just slightly more reliable still. In terms of the sound, bass wise, this is slightly better than the SOUNDPEATS, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus. Slightly better. And slightly better in which way? It's got a bass which is how can I put this? And I think it's down to the quality of the driver. Although that 12mm driver there is really good, the driver that they used here seems to be a little bit more well put together, and the bass that you get out of it is more incisive. It's a cleaner, harder hitting bass. But obviously, music isn't just bass, it's everything. And what this might marginally exceed SOUNDPEATS Pro Plus in terms of the bass performance, it doesn't then keep up with regards to the rest, especially the upper mids and the treble, where the Capsule 3 Pro Plus it's substantially better. Not better, it is substantially better. Way cleaner, way detailed. Having said that, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Liberty 4 NC. It is a phenomenal TWS, really good, very capable. Many even said that perhaps even better than the Liberty 4. I still haven't received the latest version, but I mean, the Liberty 4 was a good top of the line TWS. The NC was almost the same thing at a substantially reduced price when it came out. And like I said, comparing it here with the Pro Plus with the Capsule Pro Plus, I would ultimately choose this. That's the reality. I would ultimately choose this. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Compared here with the OnePlus, the Buds 3, I would say the Buds 3, they look just a little bit more solid in terms of their build. I mean, there's something about their build which just makes them look a little bit more premium. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, but just this looks a little bit more premium. Features wise, as this is where the OnePlus app just, I think, is one of the most solid ones. Maybe just the Nothing one is perhaps a little bit better. But in terms of the app, its reliability, its functions, the hearing test that you can take, this does have probably still one of the best ones. Sound-wise, very much what I said about the Liberty 4 applies here to the OnePlus. Again, an IEM that came very close to the performance of its more expensive brother, the Buds 3 Pro. And again, compared here with the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, I think the biggest difference is it just isn't as capable in the higher frequency range. That's all. There's just isn't as much detail up top, and even when you equalize it and you try and extract a little bit more, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus does still edge it out. considering they're about the same price, and you know, it's a difficult one to choose here, honestly. If maybe you are more inclined to having that extra versatility of the app with regards to noise cancelling and so on and so forth, maybe okay, the Buds 3 might be the more sensible or the better option, but in terms of sound quality, again, I mean, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, they've nailed it. Seriously, they really have. And then you have here two implementations from Earphone. A cheaper one, which is the 2NC, which was quite a surprise. I mean, I think it's just the look of it. It just looks a little bit on the cheap side with this grey silver that wasn't exactly the most successful choice. But in terms of the sound, again, very impressive. Really very impressive. This costs around the $45 to $50 price point, so cheaper than the Capsule 3 Pro Plus. Not a let's say a fair comparison with regards to that, but very capable in terms of the app. The Earphone app as well has made large improvements, so very capable in terms of the app, and sound-wise very capable as well. They've chosen a good driver, you know, with a little bit of fine-tuning here and there. You can make this thing, even with the stock settings that it does have, it's probably one of the better sounding ones already in its stock format. That's the reality. Better than the Soundcore, better than the OnePlus, and then I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling that they in the settings that they provide, or you know, the presets, they kind of overpower the bass always. And here in the 2NC, they've done a really good job, and you know, very capable in that respect. Obviously, the thing here that would make you choose a 2NC over the Capsule 3 Pro Plus would be the price, because otherwise the Pro Plus is a better TWS overall. But I mean, obviously, if you can't afford more, this is a very, very solid choice. And then finally here, the Earphone, the AIR4. It has a very similar vibe to what some of the products from AIR4 Pro, sorry. Very similar vibe with regards to how there's this lighting when you take the TWS from the box, which is like what Soundcore used to do as well. It usually does. They actually do have a vibe, which in terms of the build, which is very similar to Soundcore. So I wouldn't even be surprised if this was made by the same factory as the Soundcore stuff, where the Soundcore stuff is made. But it's standout feature with regards to the Earphone AIR Pro 4 is its sound quality, and I would say it's probably I mean, again, take this with a certain amount of let's say, I guess, bias. I'm a big fan of Earphone, period. But I would say that after the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, I would say that this one would be the one that comes second place. These three very close, no denying, be it the Liberty 4NC, be it the Buds 3, be it the Earphone 2NC, they all come very close, but the AIR4 Pro comes very, I mean, it's really been extremely well tuned. Initially when I got it, I thought that the SOUNDPEATS AIR4 Pro was superior, and yes, you can perhaps say that under the normal settings it is slightly superior, but when you start adjusting, somehow the driver here does allow for a little bit better response. I don't know, there's just something here which just they've done their homework here with regards to this TWS earphone. That's the reality. Ultimately, again, and it's down to the fact that you have this MEMS driver. This does have an overall more detailed, more technically capable sound. I think the best way to put it so you guys can have a general idea is forget technicalities, okay? Forget technicalities now and just look at it in terms of sound quality, overall balance and everything. I mean, without question, the One Plus is one of the better ones here, without question. The 2NC, again, another one which is really phenomenal. Even the Engine 4 and the SOUNDPEATS, the AIR4 Pro as well. Another very well tuned TWS. So I would say let's put it this way. Okay, these four here, just in terms of pure sound quality, without considering technicalities, these four are very similar. They can't, there isn't massive differences between them. Where then you start seeing differences between these four, okay, the SOUNDPEATS, the AIR4 Pro, the AIR4 Pro, the OnePlus 3, Buds 3, the Earphone 2NC. Where you start seeing differences between these four is when you then start equalizing them and adjusting, and then the driver quality and how versatile that equalizer is the thing that starts separating them. Okay, and there isn't huge differences. Yes, this is the better one. These two second, and these three second place. Let's put it that way. But this is the best one out of this bunch. The Capsule 3 Pro Plus, what it then brings extra to the equation is that ability to be technically more capable. So it just is way above them, even with the normal settings, okay, without even equalizing it. But it is above all of them when it comes to that extra little detail, that little extra twinkly and sparkly, that extra magic to the sound. This definitely is the best one. When you start equalizing it, it even further improves upon that. So it definitely does stand out. And then where it might maybe lose out, like I said, ever so slightly, is in how incisive that bass can at times be. And again, it's not even a criticism, because what it gives you in terms of that extra detail, retrieval, what it gives you in that perceived sound stage, let's put it that way, because I mean TWSs all have usually a very more cozy kind of homey sound. It's not then the sound isn't as expansive as what you get on an IEM. And ultimately what going back to what I was saying earlier, why would you choose an IEM of $20 over maybe a TWS? It's precisely that, is that even a $20 IEM, when it's been properly tuned, and there's some really competent IEMs under let's say the $40 price bracket, really competent, it's precisely in that aspect that they do a better job, is that their sound stage, their imaging, their detailed retrieval, their ability to be resolving is superior to a TWS. It is superior. They have to tune the actual driver to be able to be capable. They have to choose a driver that is capable of doing all those things well. While on a TWS, yes, I mean, they obviously do try and choose good quality products internally, a good quality driver and so on. But, this does have to also make sense in terms of its cost. So there are limitations. Obviously here, the fact that it's got the MEMS driver is being something which has dictated the selection of the driver somewhat, because I mean, if the dynamic driver in here was a better quality dynamic driver, then this would also be more expensive. But in that aspect, SOUNDPEATS was extremely intelligent. They wanted to offer a product which is differentiated and keep the price accessible to for the vast majority of people, so that they can experience what MEMS technology is. And that's it, guys. Basically, look, there's really not much more than what I can say. The SOUNDPEATS has definitely made improvements with regards to their products. I mean, from the days of the Life, which has been out now maybe two or maybe 3 years, which is a really cheap entry-level TWS, which is like $20. I've always been pleasantly surprised with SOUNDPEATS' products. Some a little bit better, some a little bit less capable, but they've always impressed me. And as of late, like I said, be it the Capsule 3 Pro, or then be it the AIR4 Pro, or now the Capsule 3 Pro Plus, they've really hit the nail on the head, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to offer in terms of a flagship. Maybe, who knows, something with again an MEMS driver, but even more well implemented, a better quality dynamic driver, something more capable. And above all, the thing that I have to congratulate them on is the improvement of the app, because the app was definitely holding them back. Anyway, guys, I hope I was able to shed some light here on this TWS. If you guys are interested, have a look, see if maybe you can get a good deal still while the sales, the Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales are still lasting. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. You take care now. Bye bye.